said we would talk about rituals. So when I first went to my first course and I created that future, I started a long time ago doing sun salutations. I was doing sun salutations before I ever was trained to be a yoga teacher or before I ever took formal yoga training, because I read somewhere that if you can get your body flowing in the morning, not hardcore, but just flowing, you can get those juices moving, that you'll free up the space in your brain. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to be empowered. So the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is I do 5 sun salutations. And then I meditate with this guy named Bob Roth. Bob Roth is part of the tm.org organization. He leads to 3,000 to 6,000 people every morning at 6:15 PST. You can do the math for EST or CST, but it's free. And during COVID, he had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 people a day, including Hugh Jackman and Katy Perry and other people who have learned that the only way they can live true to their self is to take care of their self. So those 2 things I do every day. And when I can't do it, I feel it. Another ritual I have is 64 OZs of water a day. How about for you, Keisha? Any ritual that you can share every day, something you do to shore yourself up?
Every single day I get my body moving. I'm in movement. As you know, I walk or I run up the stairs or I exercise. I work out, as well as meditation, as well as affirmation. Those are the 3 things that I do. And honestly, you talk about water, but feeding myself the nutrients like healthy fats, greens, vegetables to keep my energy consistent, because we're going. You're traveling right now. We're always on planes, we're traveling, and it's fueling my body with the energy that I need so that I can actually show up and be all in and be fully present.
Yeah, good. So she's talking about 5 keys to neuroplasticity. And Keisha, will you tell people what those are? So why you would want a plastic brain is so you can learn new things, so you can stay fresh, so that this critical thinker, this executive brain is actually operating like an executive. So we call them the 5 keys to neuroplasticity, and I'll have Keisha give them to you.
Yeah, so the 5 keys, I don't even remember them all up the top of my head. Honestly.
I'm here to help you.
But it is making sure that food and exercise, those are 2 of the keys. Relationships, we talked about relationships as well as being a very important key. Sleep.
Focus.
Right, yep.
Mindfulness.
Right, mindfulness, as well as sleep, right? People overlook, back in the day, are like, oh, grind, like sleep when you die. I was just like, guess what? In the days of COVID, you're going to die faster. You're going to die real fast.
So one of the things, I love Tony Robbins. It's interesting because I'm involved in his platinum group and I've taken a lot of his classes. Tony still believes that you can sleep when you die. But the truth is, if you're not getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep at any night, your brain does not know how to recalibrate.
Yeah.
And the final key to neuroplasticity is doing things in the stretch zone. That's the area of what's new, what's novel, what's fun. Yeah. Because when you learn something new, when you go to a foreign country, when you eat a new kind of food, when you learn a new language, when you get into a new job, when you take an Ignite Power retreat or any retreat, you are putting yourself into something where you're not the author and you don't know how it's going to go. And what it allows you to do is build this ability to learn something new and build up some resilience.